Hello friends, welcome to my channel Dr. Makhan Saikya's talk on foreign affairs. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic. It is Hamas. Who are they? Right? So why the Hamas are in the news today? Last week, the Hamas attacked Israel by firing a barrage of rockets and sent gunmen into its territory. It has been called as the worst ever attack by the Hamas militants from the Gaza Strip on Israel since the country's creation in the year 1948. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared immediately, "Citizens of Israel, we are at war, not in an operation, not in a rounds, at war." I mean, the situation is very, very serious in between the Gaza Strip and Israel now. The Israeli military responded by launching airstrikes at Hamas in the Gaza Strip. According to the Israeli Defense Forces, that is IDF, the militants from Gaza entered Israel by land, sea, and air routes. The IDF sources said that around 2,200 rockets were fired at Israel, but the Hamas put the figure at 5,000. It must be known to all of us that in 2014, when both the sides fought the war, the Hamas fired nearly 4,400 rockets from Gaza at Israel. The Hamas named this assault, the current assault on Israel, as Al-Aqsa Storm, a response to attacks on women, desecration of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest shrine in Islam in Jerusalem, and the current occupation of Gaza. Why the current war? What are the main reasons behind the current war between the Hamas and Israel? In recent times, the relation between Israel and Palestine has deteriorated to a great extent. Israel has intensified attacks on the occupied West Bank and killed more than 200 Palestinians so far this year. In April, the Israeli forces raided the Al-Aqsa Mosque located in Jerusalem. Currently, the ruling Netanyahu government is trying to introduce a series of reforms to make the elected government more powerful than any other institution in the country, including the judiciary. This has invited sharp criticism from a large section of the people of Israel, opposition parties, and even from the military itself. And probably the Hamas, the militant group, thought it's a good time to attack Israel as it is internally facing a huge crisis. Finally, as Saudi Arabia and Israel are on the verge of normalizing bilateral relations, which might change the current political scenario of West Asia, and the US President Joe Biden is actively lobbying for concluding the deal between Saudi Arabia and Israel. Truly speaking, the Hamas and its main allies in the region, like Syria, Iran, and Hezbollah of Lebanon, do not want that Israel is recognized by any of these West Asian countries and Israel gets a prominence in the region. Now, friends, let us know who are the Hamas. The Hamas is a Sunni Islamic militant group formed on December 10, 1987. Its founders were Ahmad Yassin and Abdul Aziz al-Rantisi. The word Hamas is an acronym of Harkat al-Muqawamah al-Islamiyah. The English translation of the Hamas is Islamic Resistance Movement. It's also a political party that rules one of the two Palestinian territories called the Gaza Strip. Now, what is the Gaza Strip? The Gaza Strip is a 41-kilometer that is 25-mile long and 10-kilometer wide area between Israel, Egypt, and the Mediterranean Sea. It has a population of 2.3 million people and has the highest densities of population in the world. The roots of Hamas lies in the Muslim Brotherhood, a Sunni Islamist group that was founded in Egypt in the late 1920s. It is designated as a terrorist group by Israel, the US, the UK, and by the European Union. The Hamas is backed by Iran, which provide financial assistance, arms, and training to the group. Now, question is that what the Hamas want? It wants to establish an independent Palestinian state based on Islamic fundamentalism. It wants to claim the Mediterranean east to the Jordan River as the border of the future Palestinian state. Unlike the Palestine Liberation Organization, that is PLO, currently headed by Mahmoud Abbas in the West Bank, the Hamas does not recognize the existence of Israel as an independent nation or state. It wants to drive out all the Jews from the Palestinian region. It also opposes the secular approach of the PLO to the current Israel-Palestine crisis. It is in no mood to give any part of the territory of Palestine to Israel. What does Hamas say? Its 1988 charter defines historic Palestine, including the present-day Israel, as Islamic land. It rules out any permanent peace with Israel. It attacks Jews as a people. But in 2017, the Hamas introduced a new policy document that relaxed some of its positions but does not recognize Israel again. However, this new document formally accepts the creation of an interim Palestinian state in Gaza, West Bank, and East Jerusalem. It says that Hamas do not have any struggle with the Jews, but only with the occupying Zionist aggressors. So friends, the Hamas are in the news and in international news regularly these days. So I have given you a background, what the Hamas want and what they want to do in future. So friends, keep watching, and also my request is that kindly watch my other two channels. That is one, Political Science by Dr. Markan, and two, Dr. Markan's IKS talk on national affairs. I will again bring it to you people, lots of current affairs and internationally relevant topics. Thank you. Have a nice day.